Hey friends, this is Grace and welcome to my channel and welcome to Back to Basics layout number 4. If you are new to my channel or new to this series, I try to do a scrapbook series every other month, and it's usually 5 or 6 layouts with an introduction. And with this time, I wanted to go back to basics. You guys kind of helped me figure this out, where you told me that for you, the basic products for scrapbooking would be cardstocks, pattern paper, and punches. I actually cheated a little bit and decided that I would use my die cut machine just because I knew that I needed some letters, and so I don't have any letter punches, and I don't trust my handwriting because it's awful. And so I cut out some basic letters, alphas, with my die cut machine, and also I used it to cut out to create a cut file from a piece of cardstock, which I used in layout number 2. So with this one, the focus again is pattern paper, and I'm using a different collection here. I'm using a die cuts with a view one, and it's I think Spring Bloom or something like that. I love the papers in this collection. I've used this a few times, and I just love it. So the idea here, and I kind of really stepped out of my comfort zone with this one. The idea is to kind of do one of those like burst type of design, like not quite sunburst, but you know, like this not quite a splatter either, because it's like a burst, like, you know, the circle in the center, and then you have these little dots that goes from the center going out. And that was my idea. And so initially I thought, well, maybe I can use different sizes of circles with that one, but you'll find that it was going to be hard for me. I am using 3 photos here. I know I have 4 here, but I only have room for 3, so I'm actually going to scrap or take out one of the vertical photos just because 2 of them are very identical or very similar to one another. So I'm going to, actually 3 of them is very similar to one another. And so I'm going to scrap one of them just because I don't have any more room. Again, like I said, I'm going to focus on pattern paper here. So a little bit about the photos. We have a Bass Pro Shop in our city, and this was just one time we just went there for something. I can't remember why, but we went there, and my son went on and tried all of the ATVs there, and just, you know, sat on them and tried to, you know, pretend that he's driving them and all that stuff. And this was, I think we took this photo right after his birthday, or just really close to his birthday, and I remember him saying that, Mom, I want one of these. And I don't know if you can tell in the photos, but the price of that ATV that he sat on, that kind of motor bike or ATV, whatever it is called, it's like $5,000 or $8,000, something like that. Very expensive, anyways. And so I'm like, yeah, in your dreams. But I didn't say that. But I just took a picture of him, and then I texted it to my husband, and I said, you know, our kid wants one of these. And my husband commented or text back, and he says, yeah, me too. So so I kind of just use that as my journaling, and how funny it is that you know, he wants this big ticket item. He doesn't even know how much it cost. But anyways, so that was one of like the fun moments, like everyday moments, that I want to scrapbook and I want to remember. So going back to the layout. So here is what I was telling you about, that I had this idea of maybe I can do different sizes of circles, and then going all around it. Now, I just had it in my head of what that kind of burst design looks like. But I'm going to struggle here. I am just going to be just going through the struggle bus here for a little bit. And what helped me kind of really solidify what I had in my head is I went back to Google, and I just kind of tried to find an image of what that idea in my head looked like, and then it will come together later on. But if you were going to follow if you're going to scrap lift this, or going to follow like my prompt or something, if you have an idea in your head, a design idea in your head, I would suggest go straight to Google. Don't do what I did, was like, just going off of my head, because it would just save you a lot more time. I wish I would have done that from the very beginning. But anyway, so I'm just going to struggle here for a little bit trying to figure out how do I make that kind of thing that's in my head. And then you will see later on once this is all here. So once I figured out how to actually do that design, I was able to just punch out a bunch of the smallest circle. I think this is the 1/4 inch punch that I used, and basically just made them go all the way around. Now I adhered my photos. I did mat my photos with some pattern paper and adhered that first before I adhered all the small circles, because I figured that some of them will not be shown anyway, so I would work around that. And I really love this design. I love it. If you're looking for like a great way to use up your really small scraps, I think this is a really good way to do that. And also, if you're just looking for like, something different to do, I think this is a great design as well. Now, one thing that I did notice is I need my background. I need my little frame around my photos. And this one was just, there was a part when I was doing this layout that I thought, well, maybe I should just, run my pen all around it and create that border that I crave so much. But no, I just decided to use a background paper. So I'm going to use this one right here. And it's a very subtle paper, but it just has a lot of, it just has that contrasting color that I needed for this particular layout. Well, my eye just needed it anyway. So I'm just going to cut the inside of it, because the other side has some cut apart sheets that I also want. So I'm going to just save that for hopefully this layout or the next. And so I'm just going to adhere that. And then I did pre-print my journaling, and so I'm going to adhere that as well there later on, and then do my title. But this is one of, if not my favorite layout in this series, one of them, because I just love the design. It's totally not me to go through all of that trouble to punch out the shapes and to adhere them in the manner that I did, but I love the way it looks. So let me know, does it look good for you guys? Did I accomplish what I had set out to do, or did you think that it was a waste of my time? I don't know. Let me know in the description box below. Again, I am using these simple classic letters that I'd cut out and used my Xyron sticker machine to adhere or to add adhesive to this. And I'm just gonna put the title "Buy This Please," and I will be kind of using or shortening the word "please" just because there's no room. I wanted to keep the title in that circle. Oh, one of the things that I did with the circle, I forgot to tell you, was back in the day, when I didn't have a circle cutter, I would use a plate to create my circle. I would just turn it over and do the use my pen or pencil, make the mark of a circle, and then cut it. So that's what I did here. One of the reasons why I did it here, because I didn't have a small, or my circle cutter was too big for the size that I wanted. And so if you're just a beginner scrapbooker and you don't have the space or maybe the money to invest in a lot of tools, you can always use the tools that you have in your home, such as a plate, if you're looking for circles. I know I've also used, if I wanted like a smaller circle, I've also used cups or glasses for that. Just any shape in your home that you can basically sketch out on a paper is a good way to go. So I found this Good Day Sunshine, and I thought that it would be good to place on the top because it felt like there was just some empty space there. And that will be my layout. Thank you so much for watching. We have one more video from this series, and I hope that you guys will stick around for that, and that will be upcoming hopefully sooner than later. And if you have any questions, make sure that you leave in the comment section below. If you like these videos, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.